Well, hello there.
Hello, Martin. Good evening.
Up? Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to radio show number 7.
Yes.
And
it's cold outside.
It's cold outside. We had snow this weekend.
And -7 this morning when I left to work. So
yeah,
we are going for the tea now. Catching a nice cardamom orange finical tea.
Sweet.
And we invited Mr. Flowjob.
I'm here.
Welcome, Joachim.
Thank you very much.
Nice having you here. So I guess we're going to be listening to some new tracks from you and some upcoming stuff.
We can call me Snowjob today, maybe.
Snowjob. Perfect.
Cool. The first track we're going to listen to is by Man Orchestra. It's a track called...
I'll hate them.
What's it called? What's the track called?
It's Change of Air.
Change of Air.
Yeah.
We could use that here in Denmark right now, yeah?
Yeah, we could use some heat.
With cold air.
Okay. Let's get into it.
This is the second time we bring Thomas Vesterby up with his one-man orchestra. And this track you're listening to is from the EP that came out back in August. It's from the Carpless Strong EP.
Very beautiful EP, actually.
Still going strong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful track by Tommy.
And there is a lot more coming your way. He's cooking on, at the moment, 3 new tracks.
Really?
One for Iboga Chill Out compilation, another one for an EP, and then I think he's...
Was he also this remix thing as well
Yes,
you were talking about? Yeah, okay.
It was the Erot compilation.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, who's just getting more and more interesting day for day.
He's a great talent for sure, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So expect a lot more beautiful music from the Man Orchestra.
Great. Excited about that. And also excited about finding out or getting to know you a little bit more for the listeners out there, because I'm sure there's a bunch of people who want to get to know you a little bit. And
I'm excited to get to know myself as well. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
The Flowjob project.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into doing music? And
It goes way back. When I was a teenager, I played guitar and stuff, and I knew I always wanted to make music. And then in 1993, I stumbled upon Eat Static and Junior Reactor, and it kind of changed my whole way of looking and listening to music, and started attending waves. I was only 17 at this time, and it took a while before I really started producing myself. First, I just...
Did you do DJing first or anything like that?
I never really DJed in my life. I just used the first years of traveling and going to Goa, and dancing and just consuming the music, and made a mental library of what I wanted to do when I started later on. And
wow, you went to Goa just like that as well?
I went to Goa every year when I was at that age.
Oh wow, cool.
I guess in year 2000 I bought my first computer and a virus synthesizer, and I slowly started to produce tracks. Slowly after, I got my first release out on Iboga, which was Fluff Me Tender. I think it was out in 2002. You can correct me if I'm wrong, it might be 2003. Then the old drummer from my old band, he parted up with me. He was called Mass, and we made the 2 first albums together. Now I'm alone in Flowjob again because he decided to leave the act because he had some back problems and he was not really into it anymore. So now I'm a Lone Ranger in Flowjob again, and I have been.
And you've done two albums by yourself so far?
But doing 3 albums by myself so far, and 2 with Mass.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so my 5th album.
5 in all, yeah.
5 in all. My 5th album came out here in June this year. Yeah. The 10,000 Smiles Away album.
Yeah.
So this track we're listening to now is?
This is one remix by Ambush. I share my studio together with Oliver, who's also doing Reefer Degree, and our good friend Ulrich. They have a new project called Ambush. They're really succeeding and really getting really good response for what they're doing. And since I share a studio with them, it's obvious that I should make a remix for them, and I choose this track because I thought it...
you could do your magic on it.
I could do my thing on it. So this is Ambush Soundflakes in Flowjob remix.
So tell us a little bit more about how you got introduced to the Iboga crew, and how did you meet? Who did you meet? Michael at a party, or?
I actually knew all the guys before nobody ever thought about Iboga, actually. So. I think Iboga started in 1998. I think I knew the guys since 1995, just through parties and stuff like this. And after they made the label and after I started making music, it was obvious that I was going to be a part of that label. And they've been good friends since almost 20 years now. And
Wicked. Yeah,
that's basically the story. Yeah.
Awesome.
You kind of followed with Martin also. Zimmerman.
He was before me, actually. Yeah. I'm like the second generation. You know, the first generation is like Beat Bizarre, Phony Orphans, Reefer Degree. I came more or less together with Frogacult and a couple of years after, and
David.
And some other acts as well. So I'm like second generation. Now we are having third generation as well, and maybe even fourth is coming up now. You know, I consider myself second generation of Iboga artist. Yeah,
that's still pretty original gangster.
yeah.
17 releases later. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I personally know Ambush very good, and impressive what they came up with on so short time. It's like under 2 years they've been producing music together. I think Ulrik and
they do really good. They suit each other really good. You know, they could use Oliver's long experience and always new ideas. So I think they suit each other very good, and they will get very far with what they're doing, I'm sure.
Very funky. I'm surprised, guys. Very surprised. So, Mr. Local Hero, what's the next track?
What is the next track? I didn't saw you made the playlists. The next track is
Metronome
remix of 10,000 Miles Away.
Metronome.
Actually, 10,000 Miles Away is the title track of my album. It's also the best track, in my opinion, that I made for the album. Therefore, also I gave it the title. And of course, Henrik is a very big talent, so of course he should be the one to make the remix of my own favorite Flowjob track.
Cool. Yeah, Henrik Metronome, he's been like on a hiatus from producing music for, I think it was like 5 or 6 years, but he started also back in the day. Yeah. I remember it was one of the guys I was listening to before starting to produce.
Man, he's a comet these days. Actually, there's a good story about the voice sample in this remix, because I sampled the voice sample from a girl from YouTube, and it is so that Henrik, he knew that girl that I sampled from, so he contacted her and made a new sample specific for this remix.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So the voice sample is different, but it's made just for this remix.
Cool story. Yeah, nice.
And this track will be featuring on the next EP, Less Talk,
More Flowers.
Yeah. Impressive.
On this EP will also appear a Magnus remix, an Ambush remix, and an original track from me.
Is it right that you like to go in the water in like November?
Yeah, of course, man. It's just not cold enough yet.
Did you hear that? It's not.
We're gonna talk
yet.
about this in a sec.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy this special break.
Oh yeah.
That feeling must be incredible. It's like 10,000 smiles away.
Beautiful.
So what was this? What was this about that? I mean, one thing is that I see you once in a while in the swimmer, and then you're just overtaking me because you swim like a fish. Let's be honest. And not only do you swim in the swimmer, you also swim. You do this winter bathing, which is a kind of a Nordic thing to do.
The secret is I actually am a fish.
You
but yeah, if people
Can I see your fingers?
Wet fingers.
Yeah, it was yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday?
Yeah. Sunday.
It was Sunday. It was yesterday. Yeah. There was snow on the beach, you know, and the water was a little cold, you know. But I like to take a swim whenever, you know. And when if people tell me, you know, you dare not to do it, nobody should tell me that. So I just went and did it. You can go on my public Facebook profile and see the video if you don't believe it.
Yeah, can you re-up that to your float? You gotta re-up that, man. We have to see that. That's good. Maybe we'll do a challenge. Maybe I will join you one day.
We'll put it on the Iboga side.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. We're gonna repost that.
Let's make an Iboga sauna club.
I do it without science.
That's a sausage party right there.
Okay, let's listen to some Flowjob.
It's like 10,000 smiles away.
But yeah, again, back to the water. It is very healthy.
It is
and
healthy.
People also ask me why I do it when I do it. It's not so it rarely happens, but when I do it for seriously. It's super healthy.
It's good for the immune system because it get used to extreme temperature changes. I was told. I cannot say it's true, but I can say it's true that the feeling afterwards, the rest of the day, you feel really good, you know. So
it's a really good kickstart.
Sleep good at night and stuff like this. So it cannot be unhealthy. I don't believe in that, and I never get cold from it.
But if you have a hangover after a party,
it will take it.
It's
like
the
that.
best.
Not that we do have hangovers, but it will.
Never happened. Metronome remix, beautiful.
Off 10,000 miles away. He really did a good job on this one.
Love the vocal in the break.
I'm
as well.
so happy that Henrik was the one to do it, because it was as I told before, it was my favorite track, and he just did it perfect. So
and he kept it to the original style as well.
Big high five to Henrik from here. I'm sure he's listening somewhere out there.
And we were talking before about that this is going to come out on an EP called Let's Talk More Flowers.
Yes.
And speaking of which,
so let's do Let's Talk.
No, but
and send some flowers out. Okay, it's a little bit complicated. Yeah, the next track is called Let's Talk More Flowers. It's also a melodic one, maybe one for the ladies. Maybe some would say, these days I tend to do two kind of tracks. I do some little bit more dark and scary ones, and I do some really soft ones with a lot of emotions, and this is one of these.
Right on.
Yeah.
And reminds me a bit about, I think we briefly talked about it in our last show, that you are, beside doing the Flowjob project, you are working, producing music for Danish television, actually.
I produce
Danish
music
national
for Danish television, yeah.
Jingles.
I did the World Championship in football for Danish transmission, and the European Championship in football, Danish transmission, some Eurovision, some children's shows. I have two producers that I work for, and they give me assignments every once in a while, and I really like doing that, because for so long time I just sit in the studio making music out of my own brain, and that is of course a dream come true, but it's also really nice to get something. You get told you have to do this, you have to do this, and then you have to fulfill the mission. So I enjoy both things a lot.
But what I really like about it is when you're sitting and watching these sometimes horrible football games or movie shows. Yeah. The jingles are good, man. It sounds awesome. You can hear it. But like, got the roots, the Iboga roots. That's nice.
I like doing that job for sure. I'm happy about it.
Sweet.
let's talk.
Let's talk more flowers.
Another beautiful track.
It's a sweetie.
It really is.
It's a cutie.
So how we talked before a little bit. You briefly brushed that you have like two kind of styles. You got like the evil flow, and you've got like the happy flow.
Yeah.
But let's go a little bit more. Try to describe your sound a bit more. Like what? How would you describe yourself as an artist? What is it you? And another thing. Actually, let's start with this. How would you describe your music?
I focus where I come from. What I started to like about the trance music is that it's not really dance floor music. It's good. It can be dance floor music because it's good music, but it shouldn't be designed to be dance floor music. I don't make music for DJs. I make music for listeners. That's why I focus more on atmosphere and story than actually these pushy build-ups and stuff like this. I started to listen to trance music. I listened to Eat Static and early Hallucinogen and stuff like this, and they had nothing to do with this tendency that goes on today that the bass line has to change 4 times in each track. Some people do it really. Some people do it really good. I'm not complaining. You know, I just say I'm from the old school where you dream to the music and you fall into it rather than you are. Rather than you are in the now all the time, you don't think about what's going to happen in 2 seconds. You don't think about what's going to.
Yeah, you're not like winding up for a break or winding up for a drop or something. It's just part of the track.
Try to get into the infinity, you know. And that's sometimes you lose people on the dance floor like this because the young people, they expect that new stuff is going to happen like every 30 seconds. But I like slow build-ups. Yeah, I'm going to continue doing like this.
I just heard your set like last Friday or the Friday before last at the Iboga party, and it was like a really magical set. And I think this kind of set is missing a lot. I mean, you do a lot of harmonic mixing, and it's like it just flows into another, and you get into this set. It's trance music. And I say that you stay true to this trance music sort of.
That's what I aim for. You lose some people on it, but you also gain some people on it. But actually, in the end, I just make music that I think sounds good, and I hope that I appreciate that some people also find it as well. Mm-hmm. So this is the first track of.
It's very much the same aspects that Martin Zimmerman had.
Exactly.
You're from the same generation.
Same generation, old motherfuckers. so this is actually a remix of the first track of the first album. Originally, I made this track together with my old partner Mads, and this is the first track that really got our attention around the world. So actually, I've been making 3 or 4 remixes of this track that I just been playing in my live set that I never released. But I thought
now it's about time. Yeah.
Now it's about time. This was just released on my last EP, Fall from Space. The original track is from 2006.
I remember I saw you was playing live at Fusion. This one.
That was the last track on the set from Fusion.
Yeah, that was the last track. Yeah, that's fantastic.
So it has 10-year anniversary actually.
Yeah! We got something to celebration! Perfect. So where can people find you next set? Which is maybe out of Denmark? Because
out of Denmark, I play. I play Intact Expanding in Hamburg in February. I have 2 gigs in Denmark at KB18 in this 5th of December and 13th of February.
It's quite funny you started playing at these house parties, Joachim. As one of the only trance DJs.
I actually became the local trance actor at house parties in Denmark. But the party at the 13th of February is an Iboga party. Together with Rocky as well. I play Psychedelic Experience Festival in May. I play Spirit Base Festival in Austria in June. There's some other ones upcoming as well. Go on my Facebook and check the whole one out.
And it's just, that's what I was just going to say. You'll find all your information on your
find
Facebook page.
I have some other ones coming up as well that you can find there.
Okay.
Flo is still doing a lot of jobs.
So.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there who are dying to know, where does the name come from?
The what?
Where does the name Flowjob come from?
I can tell you the story actually.
We want to know.
Yeah, but I always like to game around with words, change letters and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And
that was you and Mads.
My first track that I ever had to release didn't have a name. And we just had a joke at a party. And
was that together with Mads?
That was not together. I started alone actually. Mads came in after 1 year or something.
Okay.
The first track I ever had released was with a German label was a vinyl called Love Sonic Disco Records. I don't think they exist anymore actually. The track didn't have a name. This guy wanted to release it. I never thought anybody wanted to release any of my tracks. I just started making music, so I had to find a name for this track. We were joking about this name. So the track was called Flowjob. And then he said, okay, but your act has to have a name as well. And I was like, fuck man, a lot of people just laughed about this title, so we called I called the track Fandango instead. I just took the name Flowjob for the act. At some points, I actually regretted it because it's a funny name, but I see myself as making a little bit more serious music now. But anyways, now it's just a word, and
I think it's serious.
Definitely more.
I'll tell you what, it's so catchy. It's so catchy. It's so funny, and so many people they will giggle when they hear it. They're like, nah, that's not really, but it is, and it works. And you're a wordsmith. I gotta say, you're a really good wordsmith.
That's
at finding names.
That's how it is.
Sweet, nice to know. Thanks a lot. And thanks so much for coming here and sharing this new music with us. And
more than a pleasure.
We're very happy to have you in the show, and it's definitely not the last time you're gonna come by.
No.
Again, I think you live
you live a dangerous life. We're gonna take over the show, I think, maybe.
Okay, cheers.
That was Flowjob.
Thanks a lot,
people.
Hi guys. See you out there summertime.
Yes.
Bye bye. Flows out.
That was Flowjob with Run Baby Run, the 2015 still running remix. Yeah. Beautiful track.
Really, really nice. Love his sound. Again, he's an artist that really managed to hold his own sound and
keeping it real. Not succumbing to just fast trends, but keeping it to his own style.
Sound. Next one, Martin.
Yeah. What is that?
I think it's something with you, no?
Maybe, yeah.
And Joni, Ace Ventura.
Yes, it's from his latest album. It's the Ace Ventura and Zen Mechanics Come With Us track.
Yeah.
And we got the option and the pleasure of being able to remix it. So we decided to remix it as an MVMB track. It is our next release prior to the album, which we're working very hard to finish off, and I believe we'll be finished with the album in about 2 or 3 weeks time, and then it's time to just do the finalization of it, the mixing and mastering. So very exciting, and it's been such a pleasure to do this remix. We tried to keep it really techno, true to our style a little bit. Yeah, trying to keep it like that. So, well, here you go.
Thank you. I guess this is the most serious Christmas release we will have on Iboga this Christmas. It's
Merry fucking Christmas.
it's coming out on the 8th of December.
Yeah.
So again, MVMB, it's Michael Banel.
Martin Weiss and Michael Banel.
Oh yeah.
Not that it matters. It's the two of us, yeah. Yeah, it was just started off as an idea to just make one track, and then we made another one and a third, and then it just escalated, and we thought, right, let's make a project out of this. And it's well, our idea is to try to, as we're both big techno fans, to try to incorporate this more techie kind of techno sound
in Zen Mechanics and Ace Ventura.
Yeah, to try to try to mix it. Why not?
Why not? It's only Christmas once a year, huh? Okay.
And we laugh like soft, mad children.
So is MVMB doing more interesting remixes coming the way?
Actually, I would say that we're doing more interesting collaborations. We just finished off one with Morten Granau, which, wow, I mean, it just...
Was that the track you were producing at his studio the other day?
Yeah. So, and it was... We had brought an idea, like a kick and a bass or something, and we just... I don't really get the feeling that Morten was feeling it originally. He was doubting it a little bit, and I was also like, yeah, maybe we could do something else. But it just, within like a matter of like 5 minutes or something, we nailed a bunch of ideas. It was so fast, and it took like 2 days or 3 days to complete the track, and it was, man, such a pleasure to do a track with that guy as well. We always have a lot of fun producing music together, and now we really nailed a good one, which will probably be the opening track of the album as well.
Okay, so now I'm expecting really good stuff.
No, I put the bar up there, and it's just different. We like to challenge ourselves, and we like to do something different. Another guy who I guess likes to challenge himself and do something different is Human Element. We have previously played one of his remixes for a Swiss techno duo called Two Suspects. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite tracks, and now he's made another remix for them. The track is called Glitch, and it's also such a sweet track. So well done out there, Martin. You're rocking it. And this track, I don't think we have a release date for it yet.
There's no release date for it yet.
More info soon.
Still waiting in the system.
Yeah, sweet.
So Martin, this morning I was thinking when I woke up, gosh, it's cold, and gosh, I just want to be elsewhere in the warm summer paradise.
I think the two of us were thinking the same thing. I mean, it's been pretty weather today, so it's been like...
It was beautiful weather.
Yeah, but
ice cold.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Snow everywhere still.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What was it? It was like 50 centimeters on some parts of Denmark in like a few hours.
I was supposed to go and visit my parents yesterday, but there was no way.
Impossible.
In hell, I couldn't get there. So they were totally snowed in, which is not something that usually happens here in Denmark, especially not overnight.
I was only making snowmen. A lot of
snow angels,
carrots and potatoes everywhere, and oh my. No. Yeah. What are your plans for the winter?
Well, I'm not gonna brag too much about it, but I am very, very happy to say that I will be in Australia.
You'll be in Australia. So if there are any promoters or people down there who wanna
get into contact with me or whatever, then hit me up. The plan is basically to go down there for a New Year's party. Maybe I will be down there before New Year's even to play at another party. This is, but the main reason is to go to the Third Eye event, the New Year's Indigo party, which is going to be amazing.
You're playing?
I'm going to be playing there, yeah, and together with another Dane, quite possibly, which hasn't been announced yet, which is kind of exciting. And I'm probably going to stay down there for all of January, because at the end of January something is going down, which I'm looking forward to, and you will be there as well. What's going on?
Rainbow Serpent.
Oh my God!
Yeah. And we'll be making a radio show from the Rainbow Serpent.
Yes, exactly.
If not two.
If not three.
All three.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, looking forward to that. But that also means that the end of December there will be no radio show, but there will be radio sets.
Yeah, I think we're gonna fix up some sets and play for you guys and get you into the winter spirit. Told you.
Yeah.
I told you about this track.
Really nice.
And thank you so much for all of the suggestions this week. Daddy is proud.
Yeah.
Daddy is proud.
Especially when Kamal wrote.
Yeah. So
he wanted to hear a track with Frogacult.
An old classic called All Seasons. Well done, Kamal. We will be sending a copy of the Kite vinyl for you. And
it was actually this Frogacult was actually started by Kasper the Thai.
Yeah.
The Thai had he was the former of the project, the founder. Yeah, sorry. And then he joined forces together with David Henriksen. And Kasper left the project, and then Mikkel took over, Mikkel Callum, and they were doing this amazing project in their hometown, Næstved. For
no way, they come from Neverly Hills?
They do,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were some of my local heroes at that time. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And this track is All Season, and it's from 2004.
Yeah, I remember I was a big fan of the Freak remix of it. There's a bunch of remixes, good remixes out there. The Freak one stuck with me, and that was right when I was getting into it as well. So I'm a little bit more new school than all of these first and second generation, as Joachim so elegantly put it. Yeah. I guess I'm more the third generation, and I'm cool with it. So let's check this track out, and let's bring back the memories. but wow, seriously, this is progressive.
Yeah.
And this is totally Iboga sound right here. So that was a really nice choice, Kamal. Well done. Wow. Trip down memory lane, totally. So,
the next track is
what are we gonna
Kite.
You
remix.
chose one of the Sun Kite remixes. Okay. Which one did you choose?
The Nobody Home.
Nobody Home, which actually is Sun Kite in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Marcus
It's
Henriksen's.
Marcus Henriksen's own remix of their Synesthesia.
Yeah.
Synesthesia.
Very excited. Let's.
I love this track. I can't focus.
So you're listening to Sun Kite Synesthesia Nobody Home remix. Just sit back and enjoy. We're gonna keep a little bit of radio silence here, or talk silence.
This came out the 20th July
Yeah.
this summer, so please go catch it.
This day, I was sitting and enjoying some beautiful music. I was totally absorbed by listening. And all of a sudden, I could see music coming out of the speakers. The music was shaped in different patterns and symbols. And all the different sounds had their own form and color. It was like a moving painting coming out of the speakers. I can't explain how beautiful it was. It was so well balanced, so perfect. And it felt so true and real, like it's always been like this. Also, the music was not coming from something outside me. It felt like it was coming from inside me. And I knew, I am this. I am this music. 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 I am this music.
This is This is also my favorite recent track from anything to do with Kite and any of the remixes. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Antics remix, but this is also really, really beautiful, subtle
as remix. Well, the artwork it's painted by Nuss, who is a very old school backdrop deco artist, and he made
one of their good friends as well,
and one of their good friends, also a Swede.
You might have noticed that this track is playing at a little bit lower volume than the rest of the tracks in our show. And there's a reason for this. Basically, they're believing a lot in dynamic range. And so instead of just overcompressing and limiting the sound, which means turning it up really loud, that they have decided that they wanted to go for a more dynamic approach, which is actually something which is a trend to do now in music, and hopefully something that we're going to bring back, because it's not all about loudness. Everybody has a volume control at home. If you like the track, you can just turn it up, but I'm just giving you some infos on why maybe it's a little bit lower in volume. Alex,
we turn it up now, though.
Now we turn it up a little bit again,
and together with AstroPilot and Whitebear. This is the second track that will be on their coming EP, and this track is called Ambedo. So this trance and broken beat stuff with a lot of psychedelic elements is called Time Architect. Yeah. And again, I don't have any release date for it, but it will be... Actually, I think I promised that it will be out in the end of the year. Yeah. But...
it seems like it might have to be pushed a little bit back forward.
To January, mid-January. Yeah.
But it's wonderful.
And that was actually because of those guys, because they sent me two masters, two different masters. So first I got one, sent it off.
Okay.
And then they sent me a new one. But again, if they want...
Well, sometimes you have to fix like the creative stuff.
Yes.
It's the rapping. You've done the track, but you need to wrap it in properly. And
I know it means everything. And if it means everything for them, it's...
I would say, especially when the quality is so high as it is on their tracks, then and it'll be worth the wait. Let's put it that way.
It is.
Sando's going to be a little bit late, but he's going to be there. He's going to be there.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk more flowers.
Yeah.
Monday we had Skywalker, this B. Svensson EP that came out.
Yeah.
Received very well by nearly everybody, I think.
A lot of positive comments on the Iboga SoundCloud. Yeah.
Oh yes. And
I'm really happy about it because it's such a different style.
Yeah,
and it's so happy to see that people out there are accepting it. Good on you guys, man. Good on you for listening to the new stuff.
Very much what we are aiming at as well, to try and inspire the whole world with a lot of different music.
Yeah.
The next release that will come out of Iboga is on the 7th of December. It's Suntree and Emok with their EP called Catching the Moment.
Massive track.
That Michael also spoke a little bit about. And then the day after, we actually have your MVMB and
remix
to Ace and
Zen Mechanics
come with us the 8th of December. But I think this will be...
Let's wrap it up.
All from us. Let's go back out in the cold.
No.
Freezing God. Please.
But and thank you so much for all the love and the support. And be sure to drop comments again and like or do whatever you want to do. You can even tell us what we can get better at doing.
Let's talk more flowers. No.
All right. Well, so thanks a lot out there, guys. We are your hosts,
Alexander Descroix
and Martin Weiss. Good evening.
Bye.